Hello, my name is Miles Kupeka. Everybody else just calls me Vuyo, the big dreamer. I'm a restaurateur, former student of the Branson Center, and you're watching AFK Insider. We run a restaurant called Vuyo's. It's a fast casual South African restaurant. We sell all the great South African staples like pap and meat and boerewors rolls, boboti, all basically which are very quintessentially South African meals. The name Vuyo's, we actually saw an advert on TV. Our local South African breweries was just advertising a beer brand, and inadvertently they created a character called Vuyo, who started his business by selling boerewors rolls, which is like hot dogs, from a mobile cart, and he grew that into a multi-billion rand business. And I thought, I wonder if Vuyo was based on a true story, if Vuyo really existed. It turned out there was no Vuyo after I googled, and I registered the trademark, and I've become Vuyo ever since. The funny part is I don't come from a food background. I was basically running a software company up until I saw the TV ad, and then I started the restaurant, and I quickly realized that I had some shortcomings in terms of obviously managing a business that was very people intensive. So I checked out the Branson Center and I went for some interviews, and basically subsequently learned a lot from the center in terms of HR, operations, financial management and so forth. So it's been a worthwhile experience. How I actually got to hear about the center was listening to Bruce Whitfield's show on 702 the one time, and I heard him just talking to Richard Branson, and they mentioned that he had a center in Branson, and then subsequently just googled it and found out there was a center, and I found out what they did and it interested me, so I went and checked it out. But to be honest with you, the true value for me in attending the Branson Center was just being around other entrepreneurs and finding out that the challenges I had were similar challenges to the other entrepreneurs, which made it like a band of brothers. You just felt you weren't alone out there, and you swap stories, war stories, and I think that's truthfully where the most exchange or the learnings or the value came from. It's just learning from other entrepreneurs who were at the center with me. I think how the Branson Center benefited me was how they basically structured their lessons. As an entrepreneur, you're always on the road and it's very hard to find time. But they were so adamant that if you don't make time for things that are important, you'll never find the time. But they were accommodating in the sense that you knew that every Thursday and every Saturday you had nothing else but to go to the center, and you always found very professional lecturers who were just ready to impart some amazing knowledge. One of the most crucial things I learned from the Branson Center was the importance of networking amongst other entrepreneurs, service providers and so forth. And running a restaurant, networking becomes the most crucial thing, because ultimately you got to get customers to come to your store. So for me, that was effectively priceless. We've subsequently grown our business to a point where we now are franchising our business and finding other entrepreneurs and empowering them to build their own businesses. And in fact, we're probably going to work with the Branson Center in getting our entrepreneurs trained up so they can be better business people. I think what has now subsequently happened, having been the veteran or the alumni of the Branson Center, is that we, as the former students of the center, we now get called in to motivate other entrepreneurs and tell them our lessons and the journeys from our business point of view. And I actually found immense value in doing that, because now other entrepreneurs can basically understand that they're not alone, for one, and they talk to other entrepreneurs, because often when you have speakers and big business people, you never get the sense that they feel the same hardcore issues, on the ground issues that you feel when you're a smaller business. So I think the true value now we're finding as a former student is that we're always going back in and sharing our lessons with the other students, with the new students.